This is Ken Moss, and I'm going to show off my new design for my virtual office environment. And as you can see, I've changed my building pretty drastically. I was running out of shapes that I was allowed to use in this area, so I went ahead and deconstructed all 9 floors and redid it and put these walls up and just left the bottom empty there. So to do this thing, we're going to go ahead and move a little bit and so it'll zoom in on me. Okay. And we need to open up the Remote Sim Worker application that's at this website. So I have a shortcut to it right here. So I'm going to open it. And it's going to prompt you for the name, and of course my name is Bonkiki Nubolo. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And if the name's not correct, the messages will not hit the right person. So let's go ahead and log in. And once again, we see people are in there, and we can see the server polling for messages. So instead of looking at the file cabinet and all the other stuff this time, we're just going to watch the event log and talk about the different events that are going to happen. Okay, I'll expand this out a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, well, this is getting a little red right now because it's turning nighttime inside this world. So I'm not going to go through the slides again because you can watch the other video if you need to see the introduction to this concept. But we're going to go ahead and hit the clock in, and as you can see up here, it goes ahead and says it's clocked in. Okay, so now we're going to walk upstairs to our actual office. And I went ahead and bought some things. At first I tried making them myself, but it's a little cumbersome making some of these objects, and I needed quite a few of them. So I thought it was a little easier if I just go ahead and go buy stuff that people have already made and add on top of it. And that's it looks like it's worked pretty well. The biggest concern that the individuals had that reviewed my second studio of this was that there was lack of furniture, and it kind of didn't look like an office or anything. So I went ahead and added quite a few different things in there and added some more triggers that we can go through. So when you walk in, you can see over here I got like a little notepad thing and a water cooler and some desks. And you can see how big the space actually is. I mean, this is a very large area to put an office. And I think in a real environment it might be best to put cubicles or something in. But for this demo, I think it'll work fine. And now if we go over, and one thing I did was like the phone. Now the phone has a built-in email thing, so I'm going to go ahead and touch it, and it wants to send an email, so I'm just going to hit no. But you can see on the event log it said phone touched. And one thing we could do with this is integrate Skype or some other telephone application into the main application. And if you go click the phone on somebody's desk, maybe it pops up the display where you can call them, or it gives you like the Rolodex of everybody, and it automatically defaults to that person's name. There's a lot of different things we could do with that. Another thing I put in here was a little break table. So let's say if somebody wants to say they're going on break, they could just click on the little break table, and we notice it says break time. And maybe that locks the app up and lets them go out and do what they need to do. When they come back in, they can come off break. Then let's see. And then another thing I added was like a bookshelf. So if you click on here, and maybe the bookshelf will add like a library of online books that they have inside the application, and it'll pull them down so they can look at them, look at the library. A good example of that is here where I contract with. We have a lot of policies and procedures, and there's about 200 or something of them so far. So it'd be nice to have something to kind of click in there, get a list of all those policies and procedures, because currently they have to go to the IT room, pull them out one by one, and read them. So having them electronically within a virtual world would be really nice. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and walk back out towards the exit. And go ahead and click on the clock out, and we should see the application close, which it did, and that's what we wanted. Okay, then we'll go ahead and walk back down. So this concludes the demonstration of this concept. But as you can see, it's pretty powerful. You can do quite a few things if you can integrate the viewer inside of a Windows application. And I've done a lot of research on it through the semester, and I probably wasted at least 40 or 50 hours just trying to get a viewer to compile, and it's very cumbersome to get them to compile in C++. And I even hired somebody to go do it, and she just couldn't figure it out. She spent probably, I don't know, about 30 or 40 hours on trying to figure out how to get it. She said she can compile the source code, but she wasn't able to figure out how to wrap an ActiveX control around it so it can sit inside of a .NET application. And that's kind of what's going to have to happen, or somebody's going to have to write it in C#. But I looked at the C# engines, and even the Charles Petzold book on writing the 3D graphics in C#. He basically says don't use it for like 3D objects. It's kind of more for animations and stuff that are real short and simple. So basically DirectX is where it's going to have to go if we really want to make a client, or figuring out a way to get the C++ in there. But that's going to be for another project, it looks like, since I wasted a lot of time on it already. Alright, and that concludes the... Let me shut it off. There we go. Alright, thank you.